Food and wine pairing basics. How to match flavors. Wine and food have been enjoyed together for centuries, but pairing them well is more than tradition. It's about creating balance. The right pairing makes both the dish and the wine taste better, while the wrong pairing can overwhelm or clash. Fortunately, you don't need to be a sommelier to understand pairing. With a few simple principles, you can choose wines that elevate your meals and impress your guests. Let's start with the golden rule. What grows together, goes together. This principle is the backbone of Old World cuisine. Italian wines pair beautifully with Italian food because they've evolved side by side for centuries. Chianti complements tomato-based pasta, while Barolo matches rich truffle dishes. French wines do the same. Crisp muscadet with oysters from the Loire, or rustic côtes du Rhône with Provençal stews. Regional harmony is often your safest starting point. Next, think about balance of weight. The weight, or body, of a wine should match the weight of the food. Light-bodied wines, like Pinot Grigio or Beaujolais, pair best with lighter dishes such as salads, fish, or roasted chicken. Medium-bodied wines, like Merlot or Chianti, work with pasta, pork, or grilled vegetables. Full-bodied wines, like Cabernet Sauvignon or Syrah, pair with heavier meals, steak, lamb, or barbecue. If the wine is lighter than the food, it will taste thin and disappear. If the wine is heavier, it can overpower the dish. Now, let's explore key flavor interactions. Acidity is one of the most important. High-acid wines cut through rich, fatty, or fried foods, cleansing your palate. Think champagne with fried chicken or Sauvignon Blanc with goat cheese. Without acidity, these pairings would feel heavy, but with it, the meal feels refreshing. Tannin is another crucial factor. Tannins in red wine bind with protein and fat, softening their drying effect. That's why Cabernet Sauvignon pairs perfectly with steak. The protein smooths the tannins, making the wine taste rounder while the wine refreshes your palate between bites. On the flip side, tannins clash with spicy food, amplifying heat and bitterness. Sweetness is also important. When pairing wine with sweet or spicy dishes, choose a wine that is slightly sweeter than the food. An off-dry Riesling works beautifully with spicy Thai or Indian curries because the sweetness cools the heat while acidity keeps the pairing fresh. With dessert, always pick a wine sweeter than the dish. A fruit tart with Moscato d'Asti or chocolate cake with port are classic examples. Alcohol plays its role too. High-alcohol wines feel warming and can intensify spicy dishes, making them feel hotter. That's why lighter, lower-alcohol wines often work better with spicy food. On the other hand, high-alcohol wines pair well with bold, rich dishes like barbecue or braised short ribs, where the weight and heat are matched. Don't forget umami, the savory taste found in mushrooms, soy, or aged cheese. Umami can make tannic wines taste harsher, so it pairs better with wines that are fruity, low tannin, or aged. Pinot Noir with mushroom risotto is a perfect example. Let's look at some classic pairings. Chardonnay and lobster with butter. The rich, creamy texture of oaked Chardonnay mirrors the buttery lobster, creating harmony. Sauvignon Blanc and goat cheese. The wine's acidity cuts through the cheese's tang, while herbal notes complement its flavors. Riesling and spicy Asian food. Sweetness softens the heat, acidity refreshes, and aromatics enhance spices. Pinot Noir and roast duck. Bright red fruit complements the richness of the duck, while acidity balances the fat. Cabernet Sauvignon and steak. Tannins and protein meet in perfect balance. Of course, sparkling wine deserves a mention. Champagne and other sparkling wines are some of the most versatile pairings. Their acidity, bubbles, and freshness make them a natural fit with salty snacks, fried foods, and even sushi. Few wines adapt as effortlessly across an entire meal as sparkling wine. Pairing also involves contrast and complement. Complementary pairings match similar flavors, like buttery Chardonnay with creamy pasta. Contrasting pairings highlight opposites, like crisp champagne with salty popcorn. Both approaches can be successful, depending on what experience you want to create. Now, let's touch on regional specialties. Italy is filled with food-friendly wines because of their high acidity and moderate alcohol. Chianti with tomato sauce, Barbera with pizza, Amarone with braised meats, all examples of regional harmony. Spain's Rioja pairs with lamb, while Albarino complements seafood along the coast. In France, Bordeaux loves red meat. Burgundy pairs with poultry and mushrooms, and Provence rose is perfect with Mediterranean vegetables and seafood. New World wines often take a more global approach. California's Zinfandel pairs with barbecue, Argentine Malbec matches grilled beef, and Australian Shiraz complements lamb with spice rubs. These wines are often more fruit-forward, making them flexible with a wider range of international cuisines. For beginners, here are some simple rules. Match light with light, heavy with heavy. Use acidity to cut richness. Use tannin with protein and fat. Choose wines slightly sweeter than spicy or sweet dishes. Sparkling wines are your safety net when unsure. But don't forget, pairing isn't about strict rules. It's about enhancing enjoyment. If you love Cabernet with pizza, drink it. If you want Chardonnay with curry, go for it. The guidelines exist to help you create balance, but personal preference always wins. So the next time you plan a meal, think about the wine as part of the dish, not just a side. Ask yourself, is the food light or heavy? Rich or acidic? Spicy or sweet? Then choose a wine that balances or complements those traits. When you find the right match, you'll notice how the wine and food lift each other, turning dinner into an experience. Wine and food pairing is less about being perfect and more about paying attention. With a little practice, you'll start recognizing patterns and building confidence. And soon, you'll be creating your own pairings that surprise and delight.